So the mailman brought us some goodies today. A few things from Sir Harley that showed up, and we'll go through getting them put on. We've got the cell phone mount for the handlebar, some turn signal extensions, a new shifter peg, the cruise control, and some tank guards. So stay tuned, we'll go through each one of them. Alright, we're going to go ahead and get this housing off. I don't know, any of you ride like I do, but when I'm riding, I feel like if I'm on the throttle to try to hit that turn signal switch, I have to make a conscious effort to reach over, and it's just not comfortable. Harley makes this turn signal extension kit, which gives you a little bit of flippers or what have you to focus. It's part number 715000177. It's what fits on this this fat bob. Stupid thing. All right, so we're gonna take this apart. Let's see. Ooh, what did I do here? That's a 20. That's a 25. Let's see. They are Torx, and it looks to be a 25. So there's a screw up top and a screw in the bottom. They're 25s. These two screws hold the master cylinder right here and here. You take those loose, your brake lever, your master cylinder, your turn signal, all that stuff will fall off right in front of you. Chase the screws. Alright, I got two screws out, and the top housing just kind of slides up and over and kind of gives us access to this switch housing right here, which, let's see if we can get this out without having to remove the other one. Alright, since I don't want to try to completely disassemble this thing, I'm going to see if I can take a pick, slide it up under. There's just a little lip that it sits on. Boom. Alright. So if you can see, it's got a little hole, and it just rests right on top of this little nub on the top and the bottom. So let's take a look at our new parts. Hey, instrucciones. Now there is a left and a right, so we gotta make sure we grab the right one. Make sure that we don't mix them up. Alright, let's see. What would make this a left and what would make this a right? And it tapers down a little bit. Alright, so this is obviously not the right one. If we kind of have a look, you can see that it tapers in at the top. I got both the arrows pointing the right way. This one tapers in, and this one's tapering out. Now if we switch it to the other one, we'll get the arrow pointing the right way. You can see they both kind of lean the right direction. I got any markings in here. That one says HD2, this says 1 inside. And this says HD1. Maybe I'm not being logical. This does say 1, this says 1. Well, let's go with 1. Let's see how she looks. Maybe I'm just overthinking it. Now, I was right. I don't know why this says 1 on the inside and this says 1 on the inside, but can look at there's like this corrugation something or another. they're completely misaligned. So, alright. Works. Functional. Both directions. Let's put the top back on. And just kind of slide that back over. Make sure you get your everything lined back up. Doesn't look like there was any Loctite on this from the factory, so maybe they're not too concerned about it. Now, I always try to make sure that I get both screws started by hand before I tighten anything down. Alright. Now it does have a torque spec. I think it's like 15 foot-pounds or something. Turn it on. Hey, I got blinkies. No blinkies. Blinkies? No blinkies. Much easier to hit that. Alright, we'll move to the other side. Now on the other side we also are going to do some cruise control. So let's move over there. Alright, so I've taken the same two screws out from the other side. T25. Top comes up, lean it forward a little bit, and then we're able to kind of gently work this down. Now you got to be careful because there's a clutch switch nub thing, probably for the neutral interlock, and the turn signal wire is attached to the back, so you kind of got to just twist and ease it out. Now the wire is up, it is internally ran, so we're gonna have to internally run the replacement with the cruise control. So let's play with that. Alright, I've gone over here to the all the wires that come out of the handlebars, and I found the one that kind of jiggles that. So you can kind of pull it back and forth and know you've got the right one. And we'll take it, and from this point we got to follow it down, and it goes into a connector pack, and we're going to look and find where the connector is. Alright, I've traced the wire from up here down through the internal of the bars, down through. Now there's a giant rubber grommet that protects all this wire. I've kind of jerked it out of the frame right now. And the one connector we're looking for, right there. So we can disconnect that, and then we'll be able to pull the whole thing back through the frame, and pull the new one in. So, yep, up it goes. Now there's a nice big opening up under there, and then we'll just slowly work it. We'll slowly work that cable out. You can, my light's in the way. Come on, focus. Focus, you frig-tard thing. Alright, yeah. You can kind of see, I can stick my whole finger up in there. That will put you up into the bars. So I'm going to fish that other wire out, and then I'm going to fish the new wire in. Alright, after about 10 minutes of trying to just shove this through the bar and fiddle-farting around trying to get it out of the thing, I said to hell with it, grabbed a piece of stiff wire, fished it through, taped it on, and we're just going to pull it through the bars. Alright, so I've gone ahead and fished it through We'll finish feeding this in so that we can get all the wire we need to make it down to that connector. And just kind of do that little push-pull thing as you kind of get it going. Alright, so we got the cable. Came up out of here, went down behind this wire holder and into the rubber grommet, and it connected to the connector in place of the one that we removed. Now, I didn't film putting this rubber connector back in. You just gotta mush and squish and make sure that the wire bundles that come out are where the split is. That way they can come up and go over, and that the rubber grommet gets behind these brake lines. Otherwise you'll be fighting them. And there is one wire that comes up and out and goes down, so just make sure that's in the split too. Okay, the cruise control is on. See, we've added a new little button. Now it will take digital technician at the dealership for them to flip it in the ECM to let it actually function, but the hardware itself's installed. See, we got all that stuff done down there. Now, the turn signal wire on the original one runs right through here. To get it to work with the replacement one that does not have that, you look up under, let's see if we can, come on. There we go. There's a slit that runs in this case like this. You've got to turn this flat blade cable and kind of run it into that slit. If you don't, you won't be able to get it positioned so you can actually close the clamps around the hand grip. It won't slide close enough in. So you're going to have to fiddle fart with the turn signal connection. But that's all there is to actually putting the hardware in, and like I said, you just need the dealer to flip the switch. So, alright, onto the tank pads. Alright, this is the little anti-scratch tank pad that you can get from Harley. You know, you pay for that bar and shield. So, what I'm going to do is spray the tank with a little Total Prep on a nice clean microfiber. Get any grease, oil, wax that might be on the tank. That way we'll get good adhesion. So as far as putting it on, I'm gonna say it's more or less, you know, you're just gonna eyeball it and then make sure you eyeball the same on the other side. Now, I mean, it really doesn't matter. Nobody's gonna be looking at both sides of your bike at the same time, so close is probably good enough for government work. Now these stripes, you know, you might want to, you know, make sure that they flow with the lines of the bike. Yeah, I mean, that's about good placement for me. So it does come with 3M adhesive already attached to the back. Just gotta peel off the little protective layer. You got that. Now, I mean, be careful, because once it's stuck, it's stuck. Alright, let's see. Yeah. Happy with that. Now I stuck one end, and I'm just going to kind of walk it forward as I stick the rest of it. Alright. Now, I'm just kind of push it down, make sure we got some good adhesion, make sure everything's stuck. Voila, tank protectors. Now, I mean, this is a universal product, so it goes wherever you want to put it. I'm gonna go ahead and do the other side, and then we can look at the cell phone holder and mount. Alright, by giving Harley some more money, you can acquire a phone carrier handlebar mount, and it's designed to go on the left side of the handlebar here and replaces the 2 screws that are actually holding the clutch lever on. So we'll go ahead and put that on, and it works with the phone mount from Harley. This one is 760000537, and the phone mount is 7600549. So we'll get this installed. Alright, all I've done is gone ahead and remove the screws from right here. T27. Now, inside the kit, you have the mount. And you've got some spacers, some washers, and some screws. So, we'll go ahead and the spacers go up underneath the mount between the handlebar and the mount. And then the screws and washers go through it. So we'll go ahead and put them on. Oh, Harley, you devilish bastard, and your fasteners. So you take out a T27 and in goes an Allen key, an M4 Allen. So now not only do you have to switch tools, but they're no longer black. They're now silver. When you put them in, you got these spacers back here. The spacer actually locks in behind here. Now you've got one oblong washer that kind of lets things line up where they need to be. I just put the oblong washer on top. You've got the same spacer on the bottom and a regular washer. Don't run the top one in too far till you put the bottom spacer in, or you won't have room. You won't be able to swing this up or down or whatever. So, I mean, it doesn't look bad. It's, you know, kind of, well, I mean, it's factory. It blends in fairly well. Quit focusing on my motor behind you. There we go. So, you know, all right, I'll get these tightened down a little bit, and we'll break out the phone holder. I have one other quick thing to note. Inside the phone holder kit, you'll actually get 4 screws, and 2 of them are standard and 2 of them are metric. Make sure you use the right thread. Compare it to the bolt that you pulled out. That way you don't screw your threads up. Now, I went with the Harley phone mount for a couple of reasons. One, it actually has on the side, these are tensioners. It's not spring-loaded. You can twist it and tighten it down. 2, it was my preferred bracket. I like the fact that it utilized the existing hardware. To install it is really, I mean, it's really stupid easy. It's got this little threaded piece on the back. Just unthread. Slide that down. Pop the mount up over the ball, and then tighten that threaded piece on the back. And it'll pinch down on these little prongs, and it'll allow you to kind of, you know, position it for your viewing preference. And when you have it where you want it, you just give it a good snug. Now, don't snug it too hard. It is plastic. Now, for your phone, you can loosen the sides, and see they come on out. As you're loosening, it gets wider and wider and wider. They don't really move, so just thread yourself out. Now, I have it upside down at the moment, and I'll show you why. There is little ledges on the bottom right here that the phone rests in. So be mindful if you do the same thing. Just kind of pay attention that the ledges are on the bottom. Now, this is a iPhone 6 Plus, so, or iPhone 6S Plus, whatever that wants to mean to you. And I can put it right in. I can cockeye it a little bit and twist to snug it. It's got little rubber grippy feet on the inside, so that'll really help. Now, I do have a fairly slim case, and as I'm turning these, I can feel it kind of, they're kind of locking, like they've got a firm click lock. Now, I mean, I probably have to really, I don't think it's going anywhere. So, fairly secure knowing that that's not gonna, you know, fly out on me going down the highway. But it will fit a larger phone. Like I said, this is a 6S Plus, so take it for what you want, but it will do. You know, you can go horizontal, you can go vertical. All right, there's the phone holder. And just a quick shot from the rider's position. You can see it's unobtrusive, doesn't really get in the way of anything, and like I said, pretty well mounted. So if you want, other mounts like the Ram mounts and stuff like that are, they're just about as expensive, and then they've got a wrap or clip on the bar or do some kind of other funky mess. This one goes right in place of your handlebar screws, and I'm sure when the mount's gone, when you take the phone off, the mount will pretty much disappear into the handlebar. But alright, we've got one more little thing to put on, and that's just the new shifter peg, because I wanted some bling. So we'll take a look at replacing that. Alright, I went ahead and I want to switch my shifter peg just because I wanted something a little different from the factory rubber peg. It's just an Allen screw. It looks like it already comes with some thread locker on it. You just kind of slightly thread it in, and I'm going to cheat and use my impact now that I've got it started. Dunzo. Easy peasy. There's your tidbits for the day.